What's good, guys? This is Big Ounce. Today we're at Walmart. I'm here with Chase Bag Mike, aka Super Luigi Stars. We're going to be showing you how to do a very affordable budget meal. Now, this is rare for Cooking with Ounce, that I'm not making something I didn't see in a nightmare and want to replicate. This is something that I've discovered. If you think that like food is too expensive, you thought wrong, dude. We're gonna show you how to make a spaghetti dinner for $7 asterisk dollars. All right, so we're in the aisle. Spaghetti, 98 cents a pound. I'm actually gonna get couples because I need to, stock up. Another key ingredient of spaghetti sauce, because this is what we're making. Italian sausage. We're getting the cheapest one they have, which is like $4. Core ingredient, you're gonna want some jar pasta sauce. It's slightly cheaper than the can. I like to get the 3 cheese because it's good. I get a couple cans for later. Personal use. This is something else. But one of these, $7. Spaghetti. $1. Sausage. $5. One of these. She's less than $7 right there. Yep. Alright. Spaghetti is one of the simplest things you can possibly make. You're in a big pot, like for 1 pound it's like I want to say this is like either 6 or 8 quarts pot. Turn on turbo mode so it fills fast. Anyway, spaghetti is one of the simplest things you can possibly make. Got a big pot of water, add some salt, turn that up. Got a little thing, gonna take our Italian sausage. Stick it in there. Remove the paper. This is pretty cheap. You can use expensive stuff if you want, but in the spirit of this, it's the total of ingredients. The reason I'm calling it $7 asterisk is because although the $7 figure covers the cost of one-time consumables, so your spaghetti, your sausage, and your stuff. The reason it's an asterisk is because you add stuff to the sauce. I mean, if I were to add up all the ingredients of the sauce into one thing, if you had to buy them all new, it'd probably run you about $60. But a lot of it is stuff that you should have on hand for cooking. Like seasonings. So yeah, you just cook your sausage up. Alright, so as you can see, the sausage is pretty much almost cooked. This is when you want to, make a little cavity in the sausage. I added some garlic salt, by the way. Garlic salt you never have too much of on this, salt. Bit of minced garlic. You should have this on hand. If you don't, I don't know what the heck you're doing, so. Okay. And you let this, you mix it in, and it will cook. Might not cook down, but it will cook, and it adds to it so much. You're going to want some tomato paste to add to it. When I first did this, I added it like last minute because I felt the sauce was too thin, I think. But it's like, from my experience with making like stews and stuff, you want to add it early so that it can cook a little beforehand. So yeah, just mix that in a bit. Make sure it sinks to the bottom a little bit. I think at this time we're going to turn it down a bit to like 4. start adding some sauce. Okay. Grab a spoon. Dealing with wet ingredients, you'll want a spoon to have on hand, and you know, if it's all going to the same thing, just use the same spoon. Doesn't hurt. It's free, and the cops won't stop you. Just like rested here. Probably going to need to. Let's mix that in a bit. We're going to need to add some water. So what you want to do is go over to the sink, fill this up a bit. We'll do a half jar and see where we're at there. I think that should be enough. We'll see in a second. Gently stir it in. It's like you start boiling water and you start cooking sausage at the same time. Generally speaking, once it's done, should be good. I'd say we'll slide a little more sauce because it will reduce water. We are going to add a few more liquid ingredients. This is mere suggestions. The thing about sauce building is you use what you have on hand, and you add what you like. For instance, like there's a lot of garlic and stuff in mine. We're going to add some more garlic salt. Stir that in, and then we'll add some. I like cheesiness to it, so we're going to add some Parmesan. You can fold that in. Usually a good amount. You'll want to have a lot of like the cheap Parmesan on hand because it's like really, really useful, and you can't eat like pasta without it, really. So, in my opinion, I'm barely Italian at all, if any. I mean, my assistant's shaking his head right here, but this is cheap food. This is for you, your family, whoever's living with you. And, it's just, make it as you see fit. I'm going to turn it up a little bit because you want it to simmer a bit. You want it to, like, bring it to a light boil. Time for my secret ingredients. Add this red hot wing seasoning. I like it over regular red hot because, it's like, you don't have to make modifications to make buffalo sauce. It's just, it adds a little bit of kick to it, and it's pretty good. And then second one, just a splash of amaretto here. Little splash. There's a little splash of amaretto to add some. I would have added a little bit of red wine, but I don't have any on hand, and I wasn't going that way, so. The sauce is how you make it. I'm just showing you how I make sauce. Make it how you like. It's really a blank canvas. I love working with, sauces and stews and stuff. It's like really good, We're gonna allow that to simmer a bit. The cool thing about this is that it'll feed a family of 4, basically, or in our case, 2 really hungry people. You can also have leftovers. I have some leftover sauce from last time I tried this. It served to 3 people, and there's like enough sauce for maybe like 2 or 3 more servings. But yeah, if you're on a budget or something, don't eat out. Eating out should be a luxury. Eating out should be a treat, not a lifeline. Okay, there's better options. You just have to put in time and energy. And I know that's struggle for some people, but you can do it. I know you can. I know you can. I believe in you. Uncle Ounce believes in you. You make it as you see fit. You make everything as you see fit. You don't have to follow nothing to a T. Do everything to taste. Which I'm going to try a little bit. there. It needs a little more saltiness, I'd say. Garlic salt over regular salt because, you know, it's a Italian pasta sauce. It's like, you can't go wrong with a bit of the sauce, because the sauce is boss. Alright, my assistant just reminded me, a good part of a good sauce is some sugar. Alright, we're going to just let that simmer. It's almost time to put in some, what's it called? Flipping pasta. I'm not going to use all this pasta. No way. I'm just having it here because it's like I'm too lazy to store it. My assistant's adding a little more salt. But anyway, take 1 pound of spaghetti. Alright, we're going to turn that down to an 8-ish, 7. Take out quite a bit. Make sure it's nice and even, and pin out a bit. Alright, and then the rest have whole noodles. Little interesting texture. Different sizes. You want your spaghetti spoon. Okay, we're going to set this for, how long was it? Let's put it 10 minutes. And you want to really, really be actively stirring it most of the time, because this can stick together and sometimes that's a pain. So actually, there's an old trick that I learned that like helps with sauce, things not sticking. Take a bit of butter and you add it to the boiling water. But you just dissolve the butter, melt it into the thing. I think I'm going to cover it. You just stir it part way in. Oh, that's broken, so you just a light vent, and you just keep doing that. So. One thing I forgot to mention: you want to stir everything pretty good. All right, so the timer on this stuff has completed. We're going to test for al dente-ness, or I like my pasta a little firmer, but I'd say that's firm enough that it's like, you know, I like it a little firmer, but like al dente enough that it'll please a crowd. So we're going to do, turn that off, turn this off. Carefully line up. Here's the pitch. Success. There's a little bit of noodles left, but we're gonna deal with that in a minute. Sure, there's no water going. Add this back in. Ah, crap. I forgot most important part of this. So basically my batch is a little ruined, but like what you want to do is add pasta water. Pasta water to the sauce. But no biggie. It's a cheap lunch. It's a cheap lunch. Whatever. We're gonna add some butter to the mix. If you would, good stuff, start tossing it in. Yeah, just make sure it's nice and buttery pasta. You can't have plain pasta now, can you? A little spicier than the last batch, but pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. I'd say we're just about ready to serve on this. Now, there's a new thing that I want to do. I'm going to introduce a new thing with this. I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it, but like, you know, with each Cooking with Ounce, we're going to have a unique cocktail that I thought up or whatever. This is not totally nightmare free or whatever, but I came up with something that you're really going to like. It's going to be good. Alright, this one, I don't know what you want to call it. I don't know, but you'll need some ice cubes. I'm no mixologist, I'm making this up. Bit of Patron Silver or other tequila. I just got a little thing because I'm, broke. Yeah, there we go. Pour that over the ice. This is going to be stronger than I thought. Oh, crap. Some Baja Blast. That's way more Patron than I thought. I'm going to have to actively water this down, but... Anyway, that's hard Baja Blast. There you go. Ready. We're ready. So this is your $7 asterisk spaghetti meal. Let's give this a try. For those who didn't notice, this is actually the commemorative Burger King Fellowship of the Ring, Lord of the Rings cup. Brother got it for my birthday. Thank you, bro. Let's try some. It's still really temperature hot right now. So. Let's try a bit of this quick. It's strong, but it's smooth. I think if I, cut that in half for each, cupful, it'd probably be pretty good. But, just gonna mix it a bit. So that way it doesn't kill me when I get to the bottom. Yeah, it's just spaghetti and meat sauce. You can add meatballs if you want. That's a little more expensive, but solid budget meal. This is less of an instructional video and more of you don't have to eat out all the time. If you're looking to save a lot of money, spaghetti and meat sauce, $7 for 4 people. But yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. How you like it, son? That's good. Well, that concludes another Cooking with Ounce. I would just like to say, God bless, be safe, salute.